when you have this realization that you want to change something, that's very scary. Especially for someone who has been in corporate world, always very stable, very secure, advancing, not much, there's nothing I have to do, things are happening, right? And then to have this realization that something has to change, it's very scary.
Yes.
Absolutely. This is like changing your life upside down, going from very stable, big job in one of the biggest companies in the world, big position, and then suddenly doing your own thing. It's super scary. But the way I look at kind of fear is sitting, between courage and fear. It's in the middle. So you have to have some fear, because otherwise, if you don't have any fear, you're not going to do any action. But then you also have to have a courage, because if you're just held up by your fears, then you just are stuck. So you have to have a courage to take those steps while dealing with your fear at the same time. And I think what I have found that really helps me is starting to do a little bit of experiment. So instead of maybe kind of jump in a cold water and try to see if you can survive, do a little bit of experiment. So what I actually did while being in my corporate career, I did my executive MBA. So I went to my executive MBA and I met all these amazing entrepreneurs and people who have done so many wonderful things. And it started giving me more ideas. It started me showing that there are other ways to live. And then during that time, I started experimenting a little bit. So I went and worked in a startup as a consultant for just the 2 months, just to see how I feel about it. I started coaching course to see how I feel about coaching people. And through this journey, I kind of slowly designed my next chapter. And then once I finished my MBA and I had already at that point left corporate world, I started my company. And while it's still very scary to start your own company,